And live. Good evening, everyone. And right now, I'm just thinking about a lot of things to think about. And somebody I like once or always tell me that I do think a lot. I have my headset on for today because I do have my microphone here. The problem is I need my external sound card. It's not yet here due to some delays of the shipping, so I have to wait on those things. Now, what are we gonna talk about tonight? It's around 10:22 exactly Manila time because I'm in the Philippines, and a lot has been happening in the world lately, not just in our country but in the other side of the world. And we also have the pandemic issue, which is not just in my country, but of course around the world. Well, I've been thinking a lot lately with regard to what's happening and what people has lost these days. And I think that we do need some more kindness, compassion to go around so that we would prevent such thing as what's been happening, which is the death in its wake. And it's really hard. It's really hard to comment on these issues because it takes you into another level that you would think that, am I saying it right? Am I doing it wrong? But there's a lot of oppression going on in different sides of places, but I think because people, we are more, as countries, we are more controlled in what's happening within our region. Like, of course, this is the Philippines, so everything's happening in the Philippines. We control the Philippine government. Whatever happens in another country, for example, let's say Australia or the US or what else, and I don't want to mention countries or anything, but basically with regard to the governments, it's control. That's it. And whatever the government is doing to protect its sovereignty, they don't want to share that with other countries. Of course, it's like, don't go, crossing our, our path just so you could do that. But and so what happens sometimes is that the people who are in charge of supposedly taking care of that government of the people, by the people, for the people, especially in democratic government, just like the Philippines, are the ones now, like cutting tidbits of or making straws or ribbons of negativity to the people who entrusted their votes and voted for them. Hopefully, they didn't win due to some anomaly or something like that. And so the cycle goes on and on and on and on. And sometimes some people don't want to get off that platform, and it's really sad. It's really sad. And well, when I was young, like when I was in elementary, I used to join a lot of oratorical contests. My mom loved that. But basically, as a kid, I didn't see much of the importance of, let's say, the pieces that I was using as a piece. Anyway, I'm becoming. Oh, friend is messaging me, so I need to reply. She's somewhere around the world. She's in Venus. I'm just joking. She's somewhere in North America. Do you hear the TV? Sorry for that. My audio system is not that first class yet. Well, I hope so. Right? Uh, Sometimes I'm thinking like, what is my page all about? Basically, my page, as I've said, it's anything under the sun, anything what I do under the sun, and that includes business most of the time, things that I do, things that I think of, things that I like to share with any of you. And that includes my views and like political views. Well, anyway, I'm not the best. Going back to the oratorical pieces, I'm not the best orator there is, but there's a piece that I have loved ever since I was in grade 4, and it's entitled, pull it up for you. This is a piece that it's entitled The Tyranny of False Values. It was written by Gonzalo Rogers, and I think my mom was one of them, although she never printed some pieces. For me, I like to write stories, but I don't have that much confidence in them because before I'm an 80s baby, and during that time, it's like, if people say, "Hey, you're good at this, you're good at that," you take that, and then that's your path. So if you segue, it's like, oh no, that's not what you were preparing for in the near future. So since of course I uh, did not prepare to be a writer, like I did not practice, so I don't have that much confidence with regard to my writing. So, but I still have that notion. Maybe, who knows, maybe in the future I would be able to, you know, to print something. Basically, could read something about it in the future. So, I'd like to read something about uh, Gonzalo Gonzalez, and the writer, Philippine writer. Okay, Philippine writer. And right now, I think my dad is sleeping. And I can hear their footsteps. Don't mind them. They're just going to sleep anyway. So I'm gonna cover it because he's looking like he's just at home, and I have a dog. And he's with the dog, and I'm just talking here. Okay. Wait. Here, I'm gonna cover it. Bye. So I don't know why they're sleeping early. They're usually not in before. Whatever, they're still not inside. So I'm going to talk about, before I will read the oratorical piece that I believe is timely. What I would do is talk to you about him. I'm not sure. I think, yeah. I think he's the writer. Let's see. He has a lot of a lot of written article, and he's really a winner of a lot of things that he's written. And he's really good. He's really good. And he is even in our stamp. If I'm gonna read this tonight, I'd be so nosy. It's a long piece, so probably I'd read this tomorrow morning because it's a little bit late and somebody's going to sleep now. And he usually doesn't sleep this early. I'm wondering why he's going to sleep now. I'm just gonna turn on the AC. Oh, he's like going around the house. Kay, mupatong man siya sa kat-tree. Pandarang aircon. Kukutin. I'm live. You go to sleep because I'm live. So the easiest part, doesn't like to be held. Anyway, it's on his bed. I bet it's on the other side. He's sleeping. You can see his head when I cover it. I'm gonna move my video camera. This is my workstation where I'm working. And it's because it's this so we use the AC most of the time. We're in the Philippines and we want to save electricity, so we keep on standing. See, very short. So we use one room to save energy because we always use the AC because it's just too hot. And there are a lot of areas. There are other areas we can use, but we've noticed that having 10,000 pesos for a monthly electric bill is not wise. It's like really 30% of your salary goes there, if that's going to be that high. And you're just living in the province, so it's not something that you'd like. Yeah, I'm on video, but I'm coughing because I didn't know that my dad is going to sleep early. So he's like walking around. And I can't stop him from doing that because if I have that, he don't, and he was like, what? Well, if your folks will be as old as him, he's 80, he like complains like, what are you talking about? So basically, I like there's this book before that I really like, and it's Little Red Riding Hood. So I used to read that book a lot. That I know where I place it, but I like also doing voices like, what do you do? It's an old one. So there you go. You like the cookie, little boy. That sounds, that looks so delicious, and would you like to eat it now? And so, yeah, what am I doing? It's before midnight. should end before midnight because these are thoughts before midnight. Basically, I'm just tapping around here. I can't read the article that I wanted to read a while ago because my dad is here. And that article, not article, that piece requires a lot of emotion and a lot of thought. But my mood right now is really funny, like because my our dog is here and she wants to go on my bed and sleep. She feels like she's human. She's a little shih tzu, so that's why. Anyway, I'll be reading that piece tomorrow, and I hope you'll be around to listen to me. I know no one's there, and I hope tomorrow you'll be back to listen to me more. Speak and speak and speak and speak. My boyfriend told me I talk a lot. And I said, no, I don't. And he said, yes, you do. Like when you wake up, you start talking to me. I said, I'm not talking with you. I'm just texting you. You're sending words, so you're talking with me. I said, are you complaining? And he noticed that I was like, are you complaining? I said, no, I'm complimenting. Sometimes when somebody loves you so much, instead of making you a hothead, they would say things that will make you laugh. So that's what he does to, unboil what he was starting to boil. So he like, simmer down. No, I was just saying it to you. So anyway, I notice sometimes that, you don't really have to talk to each other most of the time. I think that's where trust comes in, right? Like, okay, we're talking a lot of things about trust issues and all this. We can talk about that in some other time. So there's a lot of things to talk about under the sun, but basically I started with such a political view. I did want to continue that, but the mood changed when my dad came in. I don't want to read it because he would laugh at me and ask me, what are you doing? He's good. He's a good orator, as well as my mom. They're good at it. It's like they're gifted at it. So anyway, I'm a little bit shy, but I'm talking with a live audience, and I'm a little bit shy, just a little bit, because I don't. When you're an orator, you really stand on the stage, and then people are there, and then you say, "Brutus," all those things. You just start. And mostly declamation pieces are written by Shakespeare, but there are other declamation speeches out there. I don't know how school, do that. Schools do that nowadays, because before it was like, in English literature class, it was like, you need to do this. Your grades depend upon it. So there were times when I was exempted. I was exempted when I was in college in speech class. I did not take the final exam because, of course, what else? Filipino classes. Yeah, Filipino classes are okay. But I tell you, in my Filipino class, I only did well in Filipino class when I was like already in high school and in college. But when I was in elementary, I was really struggling a lot. We didn't have Facebook, we didn't have the internet. So my mother told me, before you go home from school, you stop over at the, like this comic, not really, the newspaper stand. The newspaper stands before sell comics as well. So before I go home, I stop over there, buy comics, 10 pesos each. And they're like series or stories that ends immediately. So you get to select which one you like, because some comics you need to buy it the next day, because these were series, so you have to read to know how the story ended. So anyway, because of those comics, Tagalog comics, I was able to understand more the Tagalog language. Because again, I'm a Bisaya. We just say things differently. That's all. So 2 days ago, me and my girlfriend were talking, and it was like, we were talking about the riot that was going on in his place, and he was thinking of, oh, my dad is watching YouTube. So anyway, I was telling him, why, you gonna run out there? He was like, what? And I said, yeah, I just said, yeah, are you gonna run out there? And he was like, no, you said like you gonna run out there. So sometimes I do that. And really hard to keep up with an accent, especially if you're a Filipino, and you just have to, sometimes you do have different dialect, and when you say or you say things in English, it doesn't sound the way that it should sound because you're talking you're talking with your Filipino accent, and it's really different when you're talking in your English in there's in English. It's either you're American or you're British in accent. I do took a test before, and I have an American accent according to that exam. Well, because mostly the movies or the people that I talk with have that accent. I do hear the British, but I think you would have the British accent more if you talk with people who are from Great Britain. I think. Yes, I think so. Because it's too different when you're saying it in English. So they do have a different accent when it comes to that. The only English person that I was able to really listen to while I was growing up was Mary Poppins. So I'm not even sure if she was English or she was doing an American accent, but that's how she talks. Well, anyway, there is really a lot of things to talk about this. And next time we're gonna talk business. There's a lot of things that I can talk to you about, and a lot of things that I can give you some tip or two, some chit chat. That's all. I cannot talk long now because my dad is listening to his phone and watching YouTube. And sometimes I just let him. He's like the kid here, not me. I guess that's what happens when you grow up and then you would live with your parents. Then you need to take care of them. And I see me because we don't put, we take time, take turns in taking care of our parents. And that's the Filipino way of life. And we're happy with that because it's our culture and that's who we are, and that's understandable in our ways. He's laughing. Anyway, well, that's about it, and I hope to see at least one of you tomorrow, the next day. So, and here, Shayla, signing off, and I'll see you tomorrow. With a Bisaya accent? Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. I hope some of you would listen to me so that I will enjoy talking. I have company. No? It's going to be great if you would be listening to me. And please listen to me. So we will enjoy the night. And we will talk about your problem and my problem. No, we will not talk about we will talk about anything we could think of, and I will share to you ideas. But probably it might inspire you to become the best of who you can be, who you are. Okay, so I'm not so particular with grammar in this. If you commit a mistake, it's okay. Anyway, I'm a Filipino, and I'm not here to check your English. Good night. Bye bye. It's almost midnight. See ya.